Hello again. Welcome to this online preparation course for the TOEFL test. This time, we are going to be working with negative expressions. There are several ways in which negatives are tested in the listening section of the TOEFL test. This time, we are going to be focusing on simple negative sentences. But how do we construct or how do we build negative sentences? There are three different ways. And I am sure that everybody knows how to do this. The first case is by adding the word not to the auxiliary. For example, in the case of are, aren't, did, didn't, could, couldn't, must, mustn't. In all those situations, we added the word not in order for the sentence to become negative. If you notice on your screen, we have three sentences. For example, they are happy, they aren't happy. He was a lawyer, he wasn't a lawyer. I went to the party, I didn't go to the party. So this is the first case. The second case is by adding a prefix to the word. Now this happens a lot with adjectives, no? So for example, I am happy, I am unhappy. If you notice, we added the prefix on to happy in order to make it negative. In that case, the sentence means that I am sad. The second, that document is legal. No? We added the ill to legal in order to make the sentence negative. It says that document is illegal. It means that it is not legal. The third one says he's an organized person. We added the prefix this to the adjective organized in order to make the sentence negative. He is a disorganized person. There are many different prefixes that we can add to words. And most cases when we add a prefix, the word becomes negative. The third situation is when we use negative words. For example, nobody or nowhere or nar or none or never. No? For example, I go to school is affirmative, but even though you don't have a not, or even though you don't have a prefix, just because you are using a negative word like never, the sentence becomes negative. I never go to school. That sentence is negative. Or for example, everybody arrived on time. By using the word nobody arrived on time, the sentence is already negative. So how are these three different situations applied on the listening section of the TOEFL test? Here we have an example. How did they get to their grandmother's house in Maine in only 5 hours? They didn't drive slowly on the trip to Maine. What does the woman say about the trip? Here, it is important that you understand what the negative is trying to say. For example, in this case, what are they trying to say when the woman says they didn't drive slowly on the trip to Maine? Take a moment to decide what the answer for the question is. So, if you notice, the answer for the question is they drove rather quickly. The sentence, the second sentence, says something in negative. So you need to understand what that negative means. So, didn't drive slowly. It means that they drove quickly. No? So synonyms are also involved, or antonyms are also involved in this situation. Okay? Let's check this conversation. Remember, you need to understand what the negative means in the sentence. So we have, I can't seem to get the door unlocked. That isn't the right key for the door. What does the man mean? Take a moment to decide what the answer for the question is. The answer for the question, what does the man mean, is the man has the wrong key. As I already said, it is very important that you understand the connotation of the negative, what the negative is trying to say. In this case, if that isn't the right key for the door, it means that the man has the wrong key. In this conversation, the man says the convention was disorganized. Nothing went as planned. What does the woman mean? So take a minute to decide what the answer for the question is. The answer to the question, what does the woman mean, is A. The convention was disorganized. If you notice, the second speaker used the word nothing, which is making the sentence negative. And also, you can find a prefix on the answer that is making the sentence negative too. In this case, the woman says, are you planning to go to college next year? I'm really unsure about the idea. What does the man mean? Take a minute to decide what the answer for the question is. The answer for the question, what does the man mean, is he's hesitant about attending college. He's unsure. He's not sure. So if you notice, the second speaker said something negative at the moment that he put a prefix before sure, unsure, that is negative. And the answer is paraphrasing what the man said. If he's unsure, it means that he's hesitant. Okay? So now, it is your turn. Go to the practice section in order for you to review negative expressions. Bye-bye.